Hi, good morning. Welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 255, and we're here live in Southwest Florida, waiting on the sun to rise over the buildings and the trees to the east. And this is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. Sorry, I had to adjust my camera a little bit. If you're joining me live, please say hello and let me know if you're crafting this morning. If you end up watching the recorded version, please also feel welcome to say hello or tell me what you're working on. I make a point to reply to all of those comments every day. Good morning, Ruthie and Christy. Thanks for joining live. For those of you who will be joining me live this morning, we're going to be talking about my brand new book, 80 Handmade Gifts. Good morning, Judy and Chris. Hi Mar and Lisa, Jane and Grace, Joe, Sandshell, Lisa, good morning. Hi Lily. Thank you, Ruthie. Good morning, Nancy. Hi Alice. Hi Sherry. Good morning. So my proof copy arrived yesterday. Hi Melissa and Annie and Judy, Cynthia, DJ, thanks for joining live. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, Judy and Cheryl. Nice to see all of you here today. Thank you. Hi, Karen. So my proof copy arrived yesterday, so I can show you my copy. And this is a proof copy. It makes sure to say that across the top, which stinks because I really wanted to be able to take photos of it yesterday and not really able to until they take that off. So thank you so much, Karen. You should have gotten a code from me if you ordered the pre-order yesterday to get an ebook copy. So I sent out an email asking for Ravelry IDs. If it takes too long to get those back, or if somebody, I'm sending out PDF copies instead, just to get it, just to keep it going. Hi Naomi, hi Dana. Sherry got the ebook. Great, wonderful. So this is the print copy. It's 114 pages. 85 projects to be technically correct, but I'm still titling it 80 Handmade Gifts. It's roughly 1/4 cooking recipes, 1/4 crochet projects, 1/4 knitting projects, and 1/4 that's like a miscellaneous chapter that has some sewing projects, some paper craft projects, and some other things in there. And I thought it might be fun this morning to go through the book and show you some of the projects. And I also brought all of the jewelry pieces from the book so I can show you the jewelry pieces in person. Well, in person this way at least. And let you know that all of the beads and pendants and jewelry components that are in the projects will be available on my website in the next couple of days. So you know how I started selling the yarn ball beads a la carte on my website where you don't have to buy them in a kit. I'm going to sell all of the beads and pendants from these projects a la carte as well, so you can buy as many as you need for however many gifts you want to make. So the first chapter of the book is all food projects. And so here's one of the pages, and I wanted to show you what I've been talking about with the type being so big. I know it's backwards right now, but I wanted you to be able to see how incredibly large I was able to keep the font so that it's really easy to read. I'll show you another page. Here's another page. See how big the font is on there? It really helps to make it easy to read these. So we've got roughly 20 projects that are food related recipes. And then the next chapter is crochet. And again, keeping with that gigantic font so that, and notice there are no shading and no curlicues behind the font because I wanted to make it not only big, but something that is easy to read. And when you put a color behind a font, you take away the contrast. The best contrast is black font, black type on white background. And anytime you add something to that, you make it harder to read. So notice that it's just pure and simple black type on white paper with gigantic font, so it's easy to read. I didn't want to be fancy, I wanted to be functional. And then any of the projects that require charts all have charts. This is a drawstring bag done in Be So Fresh yarn, so pretty, and has tassels on the drawstrings, which I love. Love tassels on drawstrings. And here's another project in the crochet again with charts when applicable. The next one also has charts. And then this one's really fun. I did it in both the knitting and crochet chapter. There are a couple of solid pieces that I know I've talked to you guys about this before. I found a product that will stiffen crochet and knit, or any kind of yarn, completely hard. So I was able to make bowls out of yarn. So this one was done in Be So Fine yarn, and it's a crochet motif. So again, when applicable, I've got motifs and charts to show you. And then I'll show you the knit one. The knit counter, there's two knit bowls actually. Here's one of the little ones, also just completely rock hard. This is filled with limes. You know, if it wasn't hard, you'd never be able to hold your shape filled with something like that. Oh, and then this is the one done in Be So Tender yarn in a basket weave, and look at how great that texture shows up. Isn't that amazing? So I thought those would be really great projects that would be good candidates for selling items if you were doing a booth in a craft festival or going to a bazaar. I think that anytime you can do something that people aren't used to seeing in a craft booth, you might be able to get more money for it because it looks more artsy than it does craftsy. You know how people can get. And then another one of my favorites in here is taking a traditional bandana and adding a crochet edging on it. And I did that with a knit one as well. See if I can find the knit one real quick. And what I thought was really interesting about doing that was you could add that to as a component to any other kind of a gift. That could be the packaging. So here's the knit one. So it's a knit edging that's like a strip of edging that you join as you go, as you make it around the perimeter. So you could do that to any fabric. Doesn't have to be a bandana. Just a bandana was a good size for me to demonstrate it. And I'll show you where I showed it as a component to a gift. In the food chapter, I wrapped one of my citrus loaves in the bandana. Isn't that adorable? So for the photo, I only wrapped it in the one direction, but if you would want to wrap it in the second direction too, to present it as a gift. Isn't that adorable? So it could be store-bought, it could be handmade, you could wrap anything in there. You don't have to make the entire gift handmade. I think adding one component that's handmade would be sufficient, but you could add two components, like in that one. All sorts of ways to do that. So then the next chapter is our knitting chapter. And we've got bags and scarves and jewelry and cowls and more bowls. We've got our nesting baskets. There's 3 baskets that fit together. That's the small and the medium and the large. Oh, and then I did some mason jar covers in both knitting and crochet that both have a 3-dimensional flower on top. How cute is that? I just put gumballs in it for the photo, but imagine if you made something handmade in those jars and then put a handmade topper on top. How cute would that be? Let me find the crochet one, and here's the crochet one. See, with a 3-dimensional flower on top as well. So cutie. You could put anything in there. What if you could, if it was for a baby room, you could put Q-tips in one and cotton balls in another, and then put these toppers on. It doesn't even have to be food inside. So cute. So now that I've and then the last chapter, I'm getting ahead of myself, I did all sorts of things, including handmade cards. I know if you've been following me a long time, you know I talk about handmade cards and how much I love to make them and write handwritten notes. So what I did was an assortment of cards. Some of them are done with punching paper, some of them have knit embellishment, some have crochet embellishment, some have heat foil stamp, heat embossed stamping embellishment. And what I thought was interesting about doing an assortment of styles of cards is that not only can you make handmade cards to write handmade notes, but what about making a gift of an assortment of cards to give someone a set of cards as a gift? It would take you no time at all, and it would be such a thoughtful and unusual gift. It could be a component to a gift as well. So that I thought was really fun, and each one of those could be done as a an assortment. So like you could do an assortment of the crochet cards if you use different colored cardstock in all the same flower, or do the flowers all in different colors on the same cardstock. So that could be an assortment in itself. You could choose an assortment of different heat embossed stamps to do an assortment that way, or change the color of the cards, or do an assortment of any of them, or make an assortment of joining all of them together. If they stayed in the same color family, then it could be an assortment that way. So you can see how even within those 4 cards, you could come up with, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 different types of assortments. Again, this would be a fantastic item to sell in a craft booth or a fair or a bazaar, because this is something that people can relate to even if they aren't crafters. So I thought that was interesting. Then I did a couple of boxes. So you'll need to have cardstock for this, but I've got your I've got the template drawn out for all of the types of items like this in the book. So you'll just need tracing paper to cut it out. But look at, this is a little box that you could fill with things, and the top I curled so that it's a heart at the top. So cute. I mean, I could think of I don't know, 10 things off the top of my head to put in there. Like a handmade piece of jewelry or a piece of candy. It could be important, it could be not important. It could just be a for no reason gift. It could go in someone's backpack or suitcase. So cute. Then I did some woven baskets out of craft paper, which you could easily use paper grocery bags to make those. If you could email me about that, Judy, I would love to hear about it, okay? I wish I could help with that here. But if you could email me, let's see if we can get to the bottom of it. And then here's another really gorgeous origami box that you could fill with things. You could decorate with different ways, with ribbon or with yarn and tassels. And even when you open it, it actually looks like a cute bowl too. And there's a couple more boxes, and then there are some sewing projects. This is a reversible fabric box, and so it's about the size of a shoebox, and you could use that in replacement of those plastic storage bins on a shelf. Imagine picking colors that go with your decor and making a super cute organized set of shelves. So you could do this in bandanas like I did, or you could pick 2 different colors of fabric, 2 different prints, or you could make it all the same color. You could make all your boxes the same color, or you could make all your boxes in different colors. You could fill this with gifts. Imagine if you were going to a baby shower and you filled this with diapers or wipes, or filled this with stuffed animals, or made this the basket that you filled with your assortment of gifts. So cute. So many different ways you can use a box like that. Then there's an apron and some more bags. Oh, and then here's one with making stitch markers. And that's also very easy to make. Stitch markers are a very easy gift to make. And what I did was combined it with a charm bangle bracelet, so you have a way to gift the stitch markers together. I wouldn't say, I mean, it's awfully big to wear as a charm bracelet, but I thought that that charm bracelet component made this look more like a gift than just putting them in a bag. So how cute is that to gift your stitch markers, or sell your set of stitch markers on one of those bracelets? And again, I'm going to show you, I'll either be selling the components to these things or showing you where to find them on Amazon, and I'll have all of that for every project uploaded on my website in the next few days. So lots of information will be there for resources as well. And then some more sewing projects, a little pouch with Velcro. I actually found Velcro that's heat fusible, so you didn't need to sew it on there. So that one's super easy to do. This is a cord keeper, so it's like a jelly roll case, like you keep crochet hooks or paintbrushes in, but with the addition of some elastic, you can make it a cord keeper, which is a great gift for people who travel a lot. And there's also a little pouch on the side so they could put different cords or components in there, the different plugs. You know, sometimes the hardest part about gift giving is knowing what you think someone wants. And if you know someone that travels a lot, organizing their cords might be a really functional gift. We've got some zipper pouches in here, bath bombs, all sorts of things. And then at the back, symbol library, glossary for all of the terms used in the book, and the index, so you can look around and find things easily based on ingredient or stitch or the names of the projects. Does anybody have any questions about that so far? Because if you don't, I'll start showing you the jewelry pieces. Thank you, Lisa. Yep, I'm getting ready to show the jewelry. Jane, just waiting to see if anyone has any questions first. Okay, let me get it organized out of my little bin here. Okay, so I think I'll start with the jewelry. And I may not remember all the names off the top of my head, but I'm going to try. This is the Celeste earrings, and I'll try them on for you too, so you can see the size. These, I'll leave one in and show one up close. So these are done with Be So Sporty Bling and Be So Dazzling yarn held together, and it's just single crochet and chain. So again, this is an easy and quick project, so if you wanted to make them quickly for a gift or quickly for low labor costs for being able to sell them, I think you could get great money for it because of the bling. Sometimes when you're selling things, it's about the bling, right? And I think people could get excited about these because of the sequins. Look at how they shimmer. I mean, they're just crazy sparkly. And again, if you needed to make gifts quickly, if you were wanting to make something quick for bridesmaids and you needed to do a large set of gifts, they don't take long at all to make, but they have that high bling factor because of the pure silver in the bling yarn and the sequins in the dazzling yarn. So these are the Celeste earrings, just done in crochet chain and single crochet. You could teach an absolute beginner how to make these if you wanted to use that as a craft project for Girl Scouts or a group of kids. Super easy to make. The next set of earrings, and I don't know the name off the top of my head, we could look it up, but these are a crochet motif that I took hoop earrings and used them as the wire frame to stretch it out. So what yarn did I use? This is Be So Sporty Bling and Dazzling held together. Be So Dazzling held together. These are done in Be So Fine yarn, and then I did a knit version of them. Not knit version, I guess. It's a totally different motif, but it's the concept of a motif on a frame. So I did a crochet set of earrings and a knit set of earrings. And so the earring is made separately and then stretched onto the hoop at the end. I've been so excited to be able to wear these here at the beach and in the morning and all the time. How adorable is that? So cute. You could add beads to this. You could add sparkly yarn to it. You could bling these up too, but they're also cute. Imagine just making them in someone's favorite colors. You could make, you know, 5 pairs of these in a short amount of time in 5 different colors, and then someone has earrings to wear all week. And I'll try on the knit one too, so you can see how pretty that one looks on. See? Super cute, right? Hopefully I gave you the right angle. All right, and then next I'll show you some bracelets. I found some really gorgeous check glass buttons and picked some colors that went well with the yarns. And so this is a knit bracelet done with I-cord. So you make the loop Good morning. You make the loop of the I-cord, then join it together, add a knot, tie the yarn, button onto there, and then once you wrap the bracelet around, you loop one loop through the other loop and then loop it around the button. And you get this great texture on the front of that loop through the loop and the knot, and then the button popping out on top. And I'll have, not only do I have the yarn for sale, obviously, but I will have an assortment of these gorgeous check glass buttons for sale on my website later this week, too. So beautiful. And then I did a crochet version of that as well. Well, not version, but a crochet bracelet with a check glass button. This one has a beautiful little dragonfly on it, and this is a beautiful braided crochet stitch that I made. Doesn't that look more like braid than crochet? And so you're going to wrap this one with the button on the top of your wrist and wrap the other side around the first side, and then you have your bracelet. Yeah, it'd be great for a watch too, for sure. And then with that same crochet braid, I made a necklace, and this one has a jump ring and a glass lampwork bead for a pendant at the bottom, but it also has that same beautiful braided technique for the necklace. Again, all of this is super easy to make, super easy. And you can see the length of the necklace. Then the next piece I have has this gorgeous mermaid tail, and I'm going to have that pendant for sale on my website as well. It is rather large, not large, but definitely medium large. Isn't that amazing? It has sparkly gold in there, and it has some different blues. And I put it on a very fine gauge crochet chain necklace with the join at the back, and it just slips over the head. I made all of the jewelry to just necklaces just to slip over the head for making it easy, whether you're selling them in bazaars or giving them as gifts. If people aren't crafty that you're giving these to, you want to make sure it's easy for them. Otherwise, they won't remember how to do it and won't use it. You want a gift to be used, right? So I'll show you that up close. Isn't that adorable? You could pick up on any of the other colors. Yeah, looks like a whale tail too. I think everything's a mermaid tail, but yes, it could definitely be a whale tail too, for sure. And then I did a couple of variations on a lariat style necklace. Make sure that everything got a little tangled in my bin. I didn't organize it properly. Just kind of threw it all together to run out the door this morning. This one has a really unusual component that I found, and this is a Swarovski crystal ring pendant. Can you see how brilliantly sparkly that is in the sun? It's about an inch wide, so 25 centimeters, but just incredibly sparkly. And so I tied a chain onto it with a slip knot, then slipped that chain back through, added some tassels on the bottom, and then you just slide it over your neck, and you have an instant tassel necklace with Swarovski crystal bead. Isn't that simple and gorgeous? I'm probably not wearing the right color for this today, but I just wanted to, you can still get the idea of it. So you've got that beautiful crystal that can sit as high or low on your neck as you want, depending on what you're wearing underneath it. And then you've got those little tassels that are just going to dangle at the bottom. So depending on how high or low you wear the crystal ring pendant, the tassels come up and down then. Thanks, Rebecca. Okay, and then and that's done on a knit chain, and I teach you how to make a knit chain in the book. But if you wanted to do that with crochet chain, obviously that would be a very easy substitution. Here's another variation on a lariat necklace. Let's see if I remember how I did this. Okay, so what we did is take this simple ring pendant and slip knotted it onto the end of an I-cord with some beautiful little beads at the bottom. What color yarn was the mermaid tail necklace? That's pure gold and Be So Fine yarn. So you're going to start with the ring pendant, get it facing correctly, on your neck like this. And then you're going to wrap the two pieces behind your neck and bring them back through the ring. I'm going to try one in each direction and see how that looks. You could do them in the same direction or opposite directions, but I think that that is such an interesting looking necklace. And again, you don't need to size it. You don't need to add closures to it, clasps or closures to it. You can adjust the size how you like it. And because of those beads on the bottom, it actually has a nice weight and stays down flat. And I thought this gave it such interesting details. And again, all of these beads as well as the yarn will be available on my website. I thought that was fun. And then I've got a real blingy necklace to show you. This one has a bigger pendant. Oh, I hope it didn't get tangled in my bag. I really should have been more careful this morning. That's what happens when you're getting ready long before sunrise. Oh, I think I got it. Okay, so in this one I did a bunch of chains, all with yarn combined with Be So Dazzling yarn. So you've got some color of the lilac memories, and then you've got the bling of the sequin yarn. Slip knotted it to this beautiful acrylic pendant, which has a giant hole in the center of it. I've got this in a couple of colors that will be available for sale. And then I added little beads at the bottom to give weight to the chains. Imagine how many different colors you could do stuff like this in. And so you want to hang on to it, the tails, and pull it over your neck. And again, you could adjust this. I'm not going to sell them in kits, Jane, because I would rather people be able to pick out whichever colors and components that they want. I'm going to have all the beads for sale, all the pendants for sale, and then you can pick your yarn and pick your beads and mix and match as many as you want. And again, with this style necklace, you could wear it high, like a necktie. You could wear it lower, and depending on how high or low you wear it, it adjusts how high or low the beads go. Isn't that great? Simple way to dress up any kind of an outfit too. Okay, and then I just have one more pair of earrings to show you, and these are little hearts done in Be So Fine yarn. And because of the nature of adding a jump ring to a flat piece, give you an example. Nope, can't give you an example. In order to keep them front facing, you actually need to add 2 jump rings. Otherwise, they would go back to front. So by adding the second one, it keeps the earring facing forward. How cute would that be to teach little kids how to make these, to make earrings for themselves, or how to teach people how to make Valentines for their friends at Valentine's Day? Super cute. And you could add beads to these, you could add blingy yarn, you could change the color, you could make a set of them in a bunch of different colors. There's all different ways to even just take these. I mean, the patterns that I wrote and the book is just a starting place for you. When you're making gifts, you're going to want to think about who are the people that you're making the gifts for? What are their favorite colors? What do they like to wear? Is it a themed gift? Is it themed for a special holiday or for a wedding or a baby shower? And does that have color themes? There's all sorts of ways for you to pick colors. And I hope that this has given you even more ideas and more excitement to give the book a try. Does anybody have any questions? Sherry's head spinning. Yeah, make them earrings, and if you did the heart earrings, let me show you where you would make. You could easily make a heart as a pendant. You would just add 1 jump ring to it. See how there's 2 jump rings on there? You would just make 1 jump ring and then add that to a necklace, kind of like how we did on this necklace here. See how we took the pendant and just added 1 ring to it, and there it is as a pendant. Thank you, Mary. So anybody that buys the pre-order book from me right now, while it's still in the printing process, will get a free copy of the ebook sent to them. After the pre-order is done, the book will be available for purchase in print on my website, on Amazon, and the ebook will be available separately on Ravelry or Kindle. The ebook is available on Kindle now, and the book is available pre-order on my website. But for the limited time while it's pre-order, you'll get a free copy of the ebook if you would like it. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, and it is available on Kindle now. So if you're a Kindle person, you can order the book there now. I'm just waiting on Amazon's final approval to be able to start shipping the print books. Sherry, you got your ebook. Good, yeah, thank you so much. And then we'll find out what everyone's, Lisa, I'll know more in the next day or so. No, pre-order on my website for the free ebook. It's available for pre-order on my website right now, and if you order there, you can get a free ebook. And I'll know more about the date. It'll be in a week or two. Something like that. It won't be too long, but I won't have an exact date for a couple more days. Oh, and then I'm going to set up some surveys I'm going to set up some surveys to see what everybody would like to see as a video tutorial first. So we'll see what the top 3 or 4 videos for each chapter are, and I'll get started on those right away. Want to make sure I do the right projects at the right time. So I think I'll set up each survey with all the names of the projects of each chapter, and then ask everyone to pick their top 3, and then I'll see what the trends are from there. I think that's the best way to do it. Does anybody have any other questions? Thank you, Lily. I'm glad you like it. I'm very proud of it. Very excited about it. Oh, Raina, lots of people ask about that, so I just thought it was worth mentioning. Yes, if you wanted to sell the projects from the book, you would just need to ask my permission and give me credit as the designer. That's it. That's it. And if you tell me when and where your shows are, I would be happy to share that in my social media channels to help you get more customers. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. I'm so glad you like it. I'm so glad I was able to share behind the scenes with you guys the whole time. I think that was really fun too. Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, so there's 85 projects, and then there's suggestions for how to do various things. So, like, I'll give you an example. In some of the food recipes, I like to make hot cocoa mixes to give as gifts. Not only is it a hot cocoa mix, but then I give you 5 different options for how to add different flavors to it. On the flavored sugars page, where you can make flavored sugars to give as gifts, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 suggestions for different flavors to make. So even within a lot of the recipes, I teach you a lot of different variations for how to make them your own too. So who knows how many actual ideas are in there. Flavored sugars are awesome. There's so many things you can do with them. Like, you can make homemade strawberry milk for kids. You can add different flavors to teas or coffees. You can rim cocktail glasses. You can add them into baked goods. So many different things. Thank you so much, Judy. I appreciate it. All right, well, we are out of time. So let's take this last minute here to look out at our gorgeous and calm and peaceful view today. Listen to the sound of the waves and set our intentions for the day. Oh, forgot to mention, great gift to give a crafter too, right? If you know somebody who likes to make things, this would be a great gift to give the book as a gift. Kind of cheesy to give a gift as a gift. Anyways, it's still funny. I just like the play on words of it. Anyway, thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the sound of the waves, the beautiful scenery, chatting with me and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.